Truth, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I don't know how you want to do this. Do you want me to start? Or...
Man, you can start.
Nah, kid.
Did you say I can start?
Yeah, you can start. It's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I just give an informal reason as to why pro-choice is the correct view. Take it to be the case that if a human being has these cognitive faculties, which I will name as sentience, as they've had it in the past, they currently possess this cognitive function. I take it to be the case that they can be harmed in a morally relevant sense, and we ought not do this action if it actually causes harm in a morally relevant sense. I'm going to, for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that this fetus develops this cognitive function at around like 12 weeks. So prior to that, I believe that abortion is permissible. Post that, I believe it's impermissible.
I'm just confused on why you think the time frame matters. Can you explain that?
What was that?
The time frame.
Like why the time frame matters?
Yeah, like are you trying to get a strict like specific condition? Yeah.
Because it's just for the sake of argument to operate under a certain number.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, what's the distinction between that number and just not killing in general? Like, by under this
because I take it that absent of a mind, you can't be harmed in a morally relevant sense.
Really,
I take it that.
Do you think like people who are subconscious, like in a coma, stuff like that, they can't get killed and stuff like that?
They still be my criteria of persons or sentient beings.
But they're not quote unquote sentient. They're like in a coma.
I specifically stated that they've had it in the past. Coma patients have had it in the past.
Look. They can have in the past, right? But some they wouldn't have. Like it's basically still not null and void. It'd be in the same situation as a fetus in that sense. They're not sharing these qualities at the given point in time. I'm confused on why it happened in the past. Them not waking up like any time at all, even with this thing in the past. Like it's still just the same thing.
Yeah, because one, it fits my criteria, and two, in the coma patient case, I didn't finish. I'm sorry. So not, I said one, it fits my criteria, and then second, it is going to be the case that like a coma patient has had past interest in the past, obviously. And for example, it's going to be pretty general to say that a coma patient's past interest is to not be killed or to not be touched or to not have immoral things done to them. So even if they aren't currently like
sent, how are you saying the fetus can't also want that? Like you don't think it doesn't live when it be born? Like you can get that feeling from it? Do you know what you're talking about?
Wait, what was that question?
You're saying, well, these people who had some life, we know they don't be killed, all that stuff, right? Even though I'm just saying, like, they don't wake up again. I'm saying, okay, well, if we're talking about the film,
wait,
quote unquote fetus
wait,
live when they grow up.
Wait. I just want to clarify something. Are you now stipulating that this coma patient will never wake up?
I've been said that, yes.
You just said it's a coma patient. When you tell me a coma patient,
I take it you clarify. Haven't woke up in discussion too. I have clarified this beforehand.
Okay. So just to be clear, this coma patient will never wake up?
Yes. And Truth about to have said this. Yes.
Oh, okay. So even if this coma patient has had sentience in the past and it just goes into like this like deep coma that it will never wake up, I don't see how it's going to be immoral to kill them.
Wait, but you're literally trying to say, well, they're not going to wake up, but we know from prior experiences, like they probably want this feeling towards life. How you also
that's fine
from the fetus? How you not know this fetus just wants to live when it grows up? You're still
Jin. Okay. Wait. So I'm gonna clarify the thing about the fact that it's in a deep coma, right? So I take that a deep coma is equivalent to brain dead. If you're brain dead, you're just like gone, right? If you stipulate that this coma patient will never wake up, I'm just gonna take it to be the case that it's going to be like a brain dead patient. Now the second thing, I don't take it to be true that a fetus can have wants or interest, because it isn't the case that this fetus has these cognitive abilities that I just mentioned prior to 12 weeks.
No, I'm saying it doesn't have to have it, right? I know. I'm saying it's going to develop it. I'm saying because of that, why are you just now going against, like, we know it's confirmed that every fetus wants to live, right? Every fetus wants to be born. Why are we now going against that? Like, why are we going to steroids?
What do you mean? What do you mean every fetus? Wait. What do you mean every fetus wants to be born? I take it to be the case that wants are indexed to psychological states.
If we presuppose in the universe, given enough time, this fetus don't grow up, and all fetuses in this universe, when they get this brain capacity, is going to want to be born. They are going to want to live. I'm saying, well, if you're being a fucking spirit and saying, well, despite me knowing they're going to grow up into this life form, because they're at this specific average time frame, which I just call 3 seconds, I'm gonna kill before he even has the chance. You're taking away from this potential life that wants to be lived.
Wait, I don't think I really don't think you're understanding what like my argument, right? I don't think that like a fetus prior to 12 weeks can have these like wants. Like I think the
I'm
wants.
really saying that they don't naturally start to develop it.
Yeah. I'm very well aware. I'm very well aware that's how the human development cycle is. But I don't care about potential. I take it that what matters is what's been actualized. No.
How do you like whatever you have if you don't value the potential? Like you're not gonna get GTA 6 not waiting fucking.
I think. Wait. You know what I mean about like valuing potential in this like
you're talking about potential as in okay, well, I don't care if it's 5 seconds, 4 months, fuck it. You just don't want it now. That makes no sense. If you don't value potential, you don't value aspects of time, you don't get what you want. You don't value what you want in the first place.
I don't think. I have a question,
here, bro.
Wait, can you
never get any type of thing without
waiting? Okay, look. The first thing I mentioned, the first thing I mentioned about my criteria for like some sort of moral status. Can you like steel man it for me really quick?
Bro, I don't know, bro. You gotta explain your shit, bro.
So you've been attacking something that you don't understand?
Who said I didn't understand? I said you gotta explain your shit.
Oh, okay. So I didn't explain my shit, but apparently you're still attacking it.
I never said that, bro.
Are you not attacking something that I presented?
I don't know how you're not understanding. I'm saying I'm not going to stalemate anything. I want you to just keep talking, keep fleshing out your position because I'm pointing every time you keep fleshing out your position like you're doing. You're making these dumb errors, and I'm just pointing them out. So when I say this, I just want you to keep telling this.
Wait, what error have I made in my argument?
What, bro? We already talked. We really
no. You haven't given me any errors. You just told me that like you should care about potential.
I already pointed out the problem with not valuing potential. That was error. That's literally the most current error.
That didn't really like give like a reason as to like why we should value potential.
It did, bro. It did.
Why?
Okay. So if you do not value potential, I'm arguing that means that you don't value what you are valuing right now in the first place. The only way for you to value with this happening right now in this standard, like I said, for example, pizza. Obviously, pizza needs to be made. Shit like that needs to be formed. Okay, that's going to be potential of time, right? Let's say, for example, this position you have. If you don't respect the fact that you have a time frame to like 18 years to go into this development you are right now, that just literally just means that you can take it away willy-nilly, and because of that, this current thing that you are using just doesn't exist anymore. You obviously have to value potential. Can
you slow down? Because you're like slobbering all over your words, and I can't really like understand what you're saying.
Oh my god!
Slow down,
bro. Okay. If we take away the potential process of this thing you're trying to just engage with, this directly means that what you are engaging with no longer exists. And because of that, that's bad for you. So obviously, if you want to use this thing, you want to have all times, this freedom of speech, this game, whatever you want, the potential is going to be no matter what. If potential is not being valued, then you don't get this end goal that you're trying to seek. That makes no sense why you shouldn't buy potential. That's retarded.
Because I've already clarified.
That's the whole point. You the code base.
Look,
there's no time frame.
Hello.
You're like, oh, he's gonna wake up like,
hello.
I'll get my grandpa back. Like you're valuing potential there. Like
hello. Okay. Look, I don't think you've understood like anything that I said. So like, I'm gonna ask one question and then I'll move on with my thing. Why do you think that I said that I take sentience as a morally relevant property?
So yes or no? Do you have potential? Yes or no?
That's not the question I asked you.
Yes, obviously, because if not, this quote unquote sentence you are valuing, it's not going to go through in the first place. Because like I pointed out, that's the only reason why you even like to what's it called? My dad wake up from 5 years. That's the only reason why you even be that happy in the first place.
Jin, hello. Can you stop like spreading out? I asked you a simple question. What did I say in the beginning was morally relevant about sentience?
Bro, I'm telling you, this doesn't matter.
Can you fucking answer the question? Jesus Christ.
I'm saying this doesn't matter based on the prior.
I'm glad you think that. Jin. Oh my god. What did I value about sentience, dude?
Oh my god. Okay, so it's just that simple, bro. Like you're not attacking the argument.
Can you answer the question? This is like the third dodge. What do I value about sentience?
I don't need to.
Okay. So I just want to make it very clear.
You're dodging.
Jin. I want to make it very clear. I want to make it very clear. Jin, I want to make it very clear. I asked you what exactly do I value about sentience because for some reason you're attacking it, but you don't even know what you're attacking, and you're refusing to answer what I value about it. It's like you're attacking something that you don't even know exists. Can you just simply tell me what did I say was valuable about sentience?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, man. Well, we have a wreck. Again, I've already fleshed out the position. You just keep.
You haven't given shit. Oh my god. What do I value about sentience, dude? You can't have an
Bro.
argument if you don't even know what the interlocutor is
Bro,
talking about.
if you don't value sentience, your prior points just doesn't make sense, bro. Like that's all it is. You're just dropping it. Like so, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like you make no sense.
Dude, oh my god, this is the 5th time I ask it. You're attacking my sentience position, and you don't even know why I value it?
bro. You actually are. You like this track is your doom. Like
there's no
like,
this. You're the one that's not tracking. I'm asking. Look, this is a simple question. If you understood everything I said, what is it about sentience that I value,
bro? If you didn't understand the prior point, like you're just bad. So you want to go ahead and keep debating, bro.
Okay, so this is the 6th time. This is the 6th time you dodged the fucking question. What did I say I value about sentience,
bro? I don't need to answer that. Just keep it debating. Go.
What? You didn't give me anything. What are you talking about? Are you fucking schizophrenic?
Bro, I'm not schizophrenic.
Okay. What did I say I value about sentience?
I told you how obviously from there, it's also gonna be valued. So we don't fucking judge. We don't value
look. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, right? And I'm just gonna like answer your questions, even though you failed to like answer a very simple question about my criterion. No, you didn't. Well, calm down, buddy, calm down. Yeah, so look, I can understand your whole point about potential, right? I just don't see why I should value potential as much as I would value the actualized property. And this is why I'm asking. Hello. Jin. This is what happens when you spurg out, right? You don't understand what I'm saying, right? When we talk about oh my god, can this guy stop spurging out?
Yo, I cannot.
Like this is circular shit.
Dude, I'm glad you think it's circular, but like I don't think you know why this thing about like potential suddenly like defeats the argument. Because like I told you, sure, I guess I could value potential, but just not in the instance that I would value it as much as the actualized property. And this is why I asked you, what do you think I value about sentience? Because if you can't answer, that's the reason why you're still talking about potential. This is relevant to my position. Why I don't value it as much as the actualized one.
Listen. You cannot value as much. The whole point is that if you are giving it value to any degree, that means that you are agreeing this piece does have some feeling that you are going to have some connection to. If that's the case,
what?
To go against it,
how does that follow?
It's really going to be some type of immorality, some wrong thing there. It's not some good thing happening.
Are you confused?
I'm not confused. No.
No. You seem to be very confused, like Jin, right? So that's what this is like so weird because like it's funny how you keep attacking and going back to your whole thing about like potential, right? And you still don't want to answer the whole thing about what I value about sentience because you know that if you answer it, you're going to realize why I don't care about potential as much as I would to the actualized property. So I'm going to lay it out for you since, you know, I know that you forgot. I know that you I'm sorry. That
doesn't exist no more. Yeah. You don't care about it. You just say fuck it. You know, so that
hello. Can we stop spurging out? Can we stop spurging out? Calm down, dude. Look, I understand your point. Like I said again, I understand your point about potential. But if I take it to be the case that sentience is the type of thing that gives an entity moral, like the ability to have some morally relevant harm to them.
You can see that's not true.
What the fuck are you talking about? Are you okay? Like you're fucking ill.
Just finish your point, nigga. I muted him.
As I was saying, right? If I take it to be the case that sentience is the type of thing that gives an entity the ability to experience or have morally relevant harm done to it, prior to this ability, any harm done to it, in the case of abortion, right, is not going to be morally relevant and is not going to be the thing that I should care about or protect. I give a time frame. I give 12 weeks. Prior to 12 weeks, right, there's going to be, just because for the sake of the argument, this fetus doesn't have the cognitive function that I value, which is going to be sentience, right? And if it doesn't have the cognitive functions that I value, right, then it is the case that it can't be harmed in a morally relevant sense. So that's why abortion prior to 12 weeks is going to be okay. It's going to be moral because there's nothing immoral done to something that is as morally relevant as a plant. Do you understand? Now attack the point properly.
But I don't know why I was really like you already concede this. The grandpa is when he's in this state like a coma is literally like the fucking no sentient state nigga. The fact that you are gonna value like 5 years waiting for him means that you do give value and you do respect his potential. So if that is the case, this fetus developing in like under 5 years, by the way, under 5 years, 1 year, right? 1 year to even by your logic, 12 fucking weeks compared to 5 years to your grandpa. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. But you know, let's just go with that fucking timeline. If you're not respecting that shit, and just killing it instantly, but you're respecting the 5 year timeline for the grandpa waking up, that's literally fucking crazy. You've already conceded the fucking potential shit, bro. Like you already conceded that. You're
Holy shit.
To grow up. You literally are expecting to grow up. You're respecting that potential, bro. You already conceded the potential. You do fucking care about potential to get into this state. Like you're not gonna kill that, bro. Like that makes no sense. You already conceded a major point in this debate.
Dude, this is why I said you weren't paying attention to anything I've been saying. I'm going to repeat it again. Hopefully you understand and hopefully you see that even if I slightly say, I mean, sure, I guess we can value the potential. It doesn't help you. I said, sure, we could value potential, just it is the case that I don't value it as much as the actualized property. And I explained it with a simple example, right? I said, okay, sentience is going to be the type of thing that for the sake of argument is going to occur at 12 weeks. Okay, cool, we have the time frame. Now, prior to this, it's going to be potential for sentience, correct? I affirm that. That's cool. That's potential for sentience. Beautiful. Now, it is the case that prior to this, you're not going to be harmed in a sense that I care about, in a sense that we should protect. So if that's true, even if there is potential for sentience, they're not going to be harmed in a morally relevant sense, Jin. I don't know why you're having this like weird thing where you're like spurging out, trying to go back to the whole thing, because you did this the last time we debated too, and you thought you won. Apparently you're going to think you won too. Give me a second.
Very respectful conversation, guys.
Bro, that's literally look at that. Yo, he's saying 5 years for something in a similar state to the fetus. Like what? That's what the fuck? Like that's crazy. In a way longer state. Like what the fuck is wrong with him? Like he's conceding this whole entire shit.
Say too late to stop.
All right, I'm back.
All right, hello back, Jim.
Yeah, so did you understand anything I said just so we could like make sure we're on the same
I did. I think I pointed out like the issue with the position, bro. Like, we can move on to.
You didn't. Oh my God, Jin. Why do you think you pointed out the issue to the position, Jin? I want to make sure we have it clear to the record.
Look, 5 years, right? You're waiting 5 years for the grandpa
5 years.
similar to the fetus.
Wait. Calm down. Slow down. Stop slurring your words. I want to understand what you're saying. You're waiting 5 years for what?
The grandpa to wake up from his fucking coma, who is basically just a fetus. A brain.
What? No. I have to interject because that's not true. The grandpa, right? If you're already talking about a grandpa that went into a coma and we wait 5 years for it, let's say we know knowingly they're gonna wait 5 years for it, right? The grandpa's still the type of entity that already possessed sentience, and that's the first thing I brought up. The fact that this entity has had sentience.
I'm saying under that assumption, what you're not valuing is the the body at the time. You're just valuing the potential for sentience to grow up, just like how you're gonna value the
Jin. Look, I'm gonna repeat it again. The difference between a fetus and grandpa in this situation, the fetus hasn't developed sentience. The grandpa already has had sentience in the past. there's going to be a violation of interest in the grandpa since they've
But
had
I'm saying
sentience.
if you just, but I'm saying that you're not valuing the sentence in that case, because if that's the case, if there's no sentence being portrayed there, you're gonna kill it instantly. You're just
Are
valuing
you?
the potential.
Oh my God, is this guy confused? Can you repeat what I just said?
Oh my god.
Like, it's just I have to make sure that we're on the same page because you keep attacking something that I didn't say, or you keep saying things that I didn't say. You're behaving like a schizophrenic. Like, it's
Bro,
fucking
you're
insane.
crazy. You're crazy.
Jin, Jin, I'm gonna repeat it one more time. If you attack something else that isn't what I said, we're going to conclusions. So I'm gonna repeat it again, right? If an entity has had or has sentience, they are morally valuable. They are the type of being that is morally valuable, right?
You can
Okay,
get to
okay.
New York Airport.
For sake of argument, prior to 12 weeks, this fetus would not meet the criteria. Now, the thing that you mentioned about the grandpa, right? The grandpa would fit my criteria because the grandpa has had sentience in the past. The grandpa still fits it. The fetus doesn't. There's a clear distinction between the fetus and the grandpa. One has developed a mind, what I would take it to be a mind. One has developed sentience, one has had interest in the past. The fetus doesn't. The fetus doesn't have wants, interest, or desires. So, can you attack anything that I said?
Okay, so you've already conceded to a world where you knew the fetus are going to grow up to have these desires, right? So I'm saying in a similar state to where, okay, this grandpa, right, regardless of want to say fucking whatchamacallit, had this fire sentence, is going brain dead just like a fetus, and just saying, oh well, we know he wants to live. We has this sentence trait that I fucking respect. Just like how you respect the sentence trait of a fetus, like, oh yeah, I respect the sentence trait. I want to grow up, right? I'm saying that makes no sense how you're saying I will wait 5 years to get the sentence I value to I will not wait 12 months to get a sentence that I already know wants to live and I'm it's just going to start the value. Like that makes no fucking sense. How are you giving a lesser time frame to the one what you call it earlier as opposed to a more or less restrict fucking time frame to one later? Then it makes no fucking sense.
I can't believe I have to explain it again. One has had sentience, one hasn't. Like, it's that simple.
Bro, I'm saying if you value the trade sentence, right, you would definitely let this thing in a much less strict time frame grow up to get this sentence straight to
No,
value.
I wouldn't. No,
You
I
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
How
Because,
you
no,
value sentence?
why can I explain?
How you
Can I
value
explain?
sentence
Can
then?
I explain? Can I explain? Can I explain? That
Mhm.
doesn't follow because if I and I already explained this to you, it's so weird how I this is the third time I'm gonna explain it, and you're still attacking something very relevant. I said that even if fetuses are the type of entity that will naturally develop into having sentience, I don't see a reason as to why I should treat this potential for sentience in this instance with the fetus the same as I would value of an actualized sentient
That's
entity
still
or one that
sentient. Wait. So to be clear, you're arguing that okay, in both cases they're just starting off from zero and developing a sentience trait. You're saying fuck the your earlier one has a less time frame.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
A less
No,
time
wait.
frame?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean the two? Wait, are you still talking about the grandpa?
Yes, I'm saying the grandpa gets 5 years. Physics gets two.
It's impossible. It's impossible for someone to be a grandpa and not have had sentience in the past.
That's not what I said. I'm saying, oh my god, I'm saying that you are. Oh my god, I'm saying regardless if the fucking trait of he had actualized sentence beforehand is the case, I'm saying it makes no sense for how because in that scenario, all you're still valuing in the case is still sentence. It is still interaction with human beings that have sentence. So if you're saying,
Yes,
well,
it
I
will
will wait
develop
5 years for an interaction, 5 years for an interaction. Why are you not waiting 12 fucking weeks, 2 weeks, fucking 0 seconds for the interaction as well? And that's a way
Because I
less
don't. I
time
just
frame.
simply because again, Jin, again, you're not even attacking the argument. You're just going into schizo ramble. I just don't value it. I don't think they can be harmed in a relevant sense. Like I said, and I mentioned this, a fetus prior to 12 weeks
You
is
know they want to live
abnormally
though. You know
hello.
they want to live though. You know
How
want to
can
live.
something hey, calm down. How can something
You already still knew that
hello?
from earlier. You said you already knew they're going to develop these traits naturally and want to
Wait,
live.
wait,
So if that's the
I
case,
want
I mean
hey,
inherently they want to live.
Jin,
Inherently they want to
calm down.
live. They're saying fuck
Jin,
that, even though they said that earlier.
Jin,
That makes no sense.
Jin, calm down. Look, I've already mentioned that yes, it is the case that the fetus naturally develops into this, but it doesn't follow that the fetus wants. It doesn't follow that the fetus has interest. All these things are indexed to a mind or a brain. If the fetus doesn't have these things, we can't simply say that they have wants to live. Right? I don't know why you're doing this weird equivocation shit.
Yo, wait,
So
wait. Look. I don't think that makes any sense if you're arguing that like naturally they develop into a cycle to have these things to where they do that thing this does follow. I don't think that makes any sense. I think that just means intuitively, these things have that innate sense. Like I think it's pretty seems crazy to me.
intuitively based on what?
You already still man from earlier that when they do develop and start to have these things, the natural trait they are going to exhibit is wanting to live. No dead shit. Just like how obviously in the same sense, your
the
grandpa
ones
will wake back
look
up and say, "I'm wanting to live. I want to live."
Jin.
5 years, by the way. 5 years. 5 years.
What is Jin? What is Jin? Again, I don't know how many times I have to explain this to you. And if I explain this to you again and you fail to track, I'm just going to push for conclusions because this is a waste of my time. It's just actually insane. You're trying to say that like you're trying to attack my position by saying, right, that okay, this fetus, right, it's in the natural capacity to develop into these traits, to develop into sentience, the thing you value. And I said, cool, I can grant you that. And you try to automatically spurg out and thought that it was going to be a concession on my part. And I've explained to you numerous times on why that's not the case. The reason that's not the case is because even though there's going to be potential for sentience, right, a fetus prior to a mind isn't going to be as morally relevant, can't be harmed in a relevant sense, in a sense that we ought protect, than someone that has had these faculties, than someone that has it currently, than someone that has had it that will have it in the future, right? Has had it, and before you spurg out, because I know you're about to like spurg out, unmute, and then go crazy, has had it and will continue to have it is different from never having it and will have it. So I'm going to leave it there. Let's see if you actually attack anything I just said. And if you don't, we're going to conclusions.
Yo,
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 Ghetto Jin, you're
so
muted,
Jin,
man.
can you actually attack what I said so we can go to conclusions? Because from what I saw in your comment, right, you didn't understand anything I said. So please mute your mic and tell the audience and the recording what you just got from what I said.
Yeah. I mean, like now you saw, like the distinction I pointed out. I think I'm going to point out it's very simple. You keep agreeing to the fact that you will protect something for 5 years, which will exhibit X trait. But in that same thing, that same system, you're saying, well, I don't want to protect something. In 2 weeks, will exhibit the same X trait. I'm saying that doesn't make any sense. It's like a double standard. Which valuing is that trait? You already still man time for earlier. You already fucking call it? Still basically conceded to potential. I just don't understand how just not conceding debate just based off all those factors being agreed to. And like that, and that's just it. That's it, bro.
All right, so I'm just gonna give conclusions because again, there was another tracking error. So I'm just gonna lay out like everything that I've said from the beginning and all the answers that
I don't need conclusions. I do need to ask something though. Like with the stuff you said earlier, you did like agree you value potential. Earlier on.
Truth, yeah, so truth. So like I said, in a sense, I could value potential, but the potential that I said, I don't value
No,
it as
I know your argument. Yeah, I think you won probably.
What do you
Like,
mean, probably?
like so when I say probably, I just mean like everything, tracked it right, think Pucci won.
what?
I don't think Jin attacked it. Like, I know we're talking about the discrepancy in time, but that wasn't his point. His point was that there can be this discrepancy in time. The reason I ascribe value to this one thing is because he had previous conscious. The baby has not had previous conscious. That's where he said he was ascribing the value from. Yeah, so.
Why did you question him at first about the potential thing if you knew he won?
Oh, I was
Marky,
just
please shut
like
the fuck up.
I was just making sure he specified, because if he didn't, then
What's
he
up,
would have
man?
lost. Truth, can you do anything
Yes.
right? Parlar, you can't mic up and tell me why he won, right?
That's cool.
I don't need
Yeah,
to.
you
It's
can indirect.
5
Yeah, we can
It's fine.
indirect, right?
Just
Ghetto Jin, you're done here? All right.